All right, so this question right here is not too difficult to be on the test. It's too long to be on the test. But many different portions of this question could be on the test. Okay? So we'll start. Hopefully you've had a chance to read the question. I'm going to start with some formulas. I know I'm not always a formula guy. I'm going to need to know the volume. That's 1/3 times the area of the base times the height. Okay? So that tells me I'm going to need to know what the height is. The area of the base is going to be the area of the triangle times 5. Okay? And then the area of the triangle is going to be 1/2 base times an opossum. And if you don't know what the opossum is, well, you're a little behind, but follow along and you'll learn. So now the first thing I'll do is I'll widmopoy the base. Not a great pentagon, but good enough. It says that the perimeter is 50, so what does that imply that each side is? 10, okay? That is the red triangle that we're trying to find the area of. That right there is the opossum. You understand? Okay. What's the exterior angle of a pentagon? Well, that'll be 360 divided by 5, which is 72, right? So the exterior angle is 72. So the interior angle is the supplement of that, which is 108. Okay? So if I draw half of that triangle, this will be half of 108, which is 54. Now, if you didn't follow that, that's totally fine. There's an easier way to do it. That is a central angle. So that is also 360 divided by 5, which is 72. So that whole red angle is 72. Now, what's this part of 72 then? And so you could have found that that was 36. Well, luckily, 36 and 54 are complements. You could have found either one of those angles and been fine. Whichever one makes more sense to you. Okay? All right, this is what we're looking for. And this is 5. Do you see where I got the 5 from? So according to the 54, what is the A? It is the opposite. What's the 5? It is the adjacent. So I'll say tangent of 54 is equal to A over 5. You do A equals 5 times the tangent of 54 divided by 1. What is our A? Can somebody do 5 times the tangent of 54 and give it to me as a decimal, please? 6.88. Okay, I don't want to round too early because it might throw off my multiple choice answer, so I'm going to leave it like that. All right, so A is 6.88. I agree with that. That makes sense. Can somebody confirm that before we do a bunch of work and get it wrong? 5 times the tangent of 54. You might want to check to make sure your calculator's in degrees. Then you're getting it wrong. Okay? You got 6.88. Okay, so I'll have to look at that in a second. Okay? All right. If you're just now realizing that your phone's not working right, then we're getting to that a little too late. So now we can find the area of the red triangle. Its base is 10. Its height is 6.88. So the area, can someone do 1/2 of 10, which is 5 times 6.88, and you get the area of the triangle to be what? I disagree. You didn't do times 1/2. 10 times 6.88 is 68, so it's got to be half of that. There you go. Point. Is that what you said, Quinn? I'm sorry. So that is the area of the triangle. So now, to find the base area, what are we going to do? Multiply that times 5. Give it to me when you got it. Should be 160 something. Maybe 170 something. Point. Is that it? Okay, so we'll call it 172.0 because we are rounding. We want our audience to know that we are rounding. We don't want them to think it's exactly 172 units. Okay, so we found our apothem to be 6.88. So what does that make our height? Because that was part of the word problem. What's the overall height of our pyramid? It's going to be twice that, right? 13.76? Yep, about 13.76. And so now we can find our volume. It's 1/3 times 172 times 13.76. That's 172.0. Anyone? I buy that. And what will our units be in this one? Okay. Cubic inches. Very good. So we're done with the volume part. Alright, so for surface area, I'm not going to use an equation. The surface area, well, I'll use my own equation. It's going to be the Pentagon plus 5 times the triangle. Does that make sense? So now what I need to do, I'll buy myself a little room, is I'll draw a pentagon, a pentagonal prism. Oops, no. I was about ready to draw a hexagon. Okay, so we've got this. What's the base? Is 10. And we know that from here to there is what? What's our apothem? And then we know that that is twice that, so it's 13.76. So what do we need to find? I need to know the height of my triangle on the side, which is my slant height. So I'll say 13.76 squared plus 6.88 squared is equal to the slant height squared. Can someone just solve that for L? I'll do it. What'd you get? That's probably L squared. So square root that. Is that what you got? Okay? So, now I can just redraw my triangle to make it clearer for you guys. The height of my triangle, that is 15.38. Alright, so surface area is going to be, what do we get for the area of our pentagon? 172, right? So 172 plus 5 times the area of the triangle. Well, the area of the triangle is 1/2 of 10 times 15.38. And so that's 76.3. Point what? 0.9. Okay, does this make sense now? It's one pentagon, 5 triangles. And what do you get for that? 556.5 square inches. Okay? Now what if it just asked for the lateral area? What would you exclude? You'd exclude this 172. It would just be 5 times 76.9. Okay, so I'll scroll up. Here are your final answers to this question. That is the volume, and that is the surface area. Not bad, right? For something that seemed so daunting, we had very little given information, and we could do it. All right, let's do another one. This will be the last question we officially review, and then I'll kind of read you guys some things over the test, but I won't do that on the computer. I only give this to you because it's a different style of question, one that you're not used to. It's a multiple choice question. Determine whether A is longer, A is the perimeter of ABCD, whether B is longer, B is 1.8x plus 1.9y, whether these two things are exactly the same, or whether you do not have enough information. Again, I'll pause this and I'll come back to the answer. Next video. Boop!